you know, something that just came to an end.
Yeah, man.
You know, it's represents part of one of your cities that one of the greatest shows, I would say.
Yeah.
You know,
has to be
one of the greatest shows. Atlanta actually just came to an end a few weeks ago.
Yes,
Atlanta
man.
came to an end.
Into a legendary, very legendary, produced, writing, acting,
thought provoking. That shit was
thought provoking, theme, conceptual. One of the most groundbreaking. Like this, I've never seen a show like this in my life.
I haven't either. And for one, take a very base level, the cast, because of to me, it was much different from every other show that we see with like a black cast.
Yeah.
Because think about like when Snowfall came out. Oh my gosh, it's great. What are you doing? You're selling drugs.
Yeah.
Even with this being about so-called rapper, it wasn't your normal.
Yeah.
Everything was different about that. You know, just the thought behind it was different. You know, the topics that they covered was much different than what you would see from a show like that.
Yeah.
So that's what it was. All right, listen. Watched Atlanta. Me and you both talked about this. Watched Atlanta since it came, and it's been, it was an amazing show, though.
Yeah, we gotta give Childish, Gambino, Donna Glover, his brother Stephen Glover, who actually I think writes and directs on that show. They flowers, man.
Fucking flowers, man. Get that man.
One of the most underappreciated. In my opinion, it can't be compared. All these shows that came out in this era. Listen, man. Y'all was mediocre compared to what they was producing on a weekly basis, bro. This is one of the most extraordinary shows I've ever seen in my life. The messaging behind that shit was insane, bro. Like you gotta go to YouTube just to understand the
you gotta
points
have people
scenes.
break that shit down scene by scene, line by line, to really be like, oh, I get that. You know how many times I've watched episodes over to be like, shit, what the fuck? Okay, that's what he was saying.
The ironic scenes, the comedy, it was almost like if you've ever watched a Dave Chappelle stand up, like the story and how it ends that makes it so funny.
Yes,
that's what the show was. It was just genius level, bro.
I completely agree.
Shout out to Alfred, I believe. I wish I knew all the people's names.
Lakeith Stanfield,
one of the best. Come on, bro.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of them are not, especially like Childish Gambino, Donald Glover. He doesn't get the credit that he's deserving.
Yeah, he's got to be one of the most talented people of our generation. This is,
to me, that's artistry right there. I call him an artist because to me, artistry covers a wide array of things. He's an artist. He painted a picture for you.
Just creation.
He painted a picture. His creativity was ridiculous. His thought process going into it, to me, was it was a well thought out plan of saying, hey, I'm going to bring a show about my city, but it's not just about my city, but my city's black. Yeah. So let me talk about that whole picture in itself. So I feel like that was just
the way it was one of the only shows that actually you could see the growth of the actual show, not the characters.
The whole thing.
Actual show went from we're actually following the day in the life of this young broke guy that's from Atlanta, lives in Atlanta, to a completely thematic. You don't know what you're gonna get from week to week, and it just had you excited. It was one of the shows you was excited just to watch the ending, just so you can understand what went on the first 25 minutes or whatever.
No, it was one of those shows you know how I feel like you know how we would watch shows remember we was watching Snowfall, and you'd be like, that was a waste of an episode.
Exactly, yeah.
And what's the next episode gonna be?
That's a good point.
And you be like, all right, yo, what's the next episode gonna be? It's not like you're excited necessarily to see the next episode, but you're
you want to see damn, so he gonna shoot him or what? Is he gonna kill him or what?
Yeah, it's bro, you wasted a whole episode for this.
Yeah.
Every episode was oh shit.
Perfect. Yeah.
Fuck. And you knew every episode was gonna be different, but it tied together at some point. But
Facts.
you was
exactly.
But you knew that you was fuck, yo, this next episode next week, nigga. What, on Thursday? Shit, I need to see this because what is this gonna? Is this gonna go back to episode 1 or is it gonna go back to episode 10? It's how does that connect?
I remember because it wasn't the biggest show in the world, but I would see it people talking about it on Twitter from time to time, so I would get on there, and after watching last week, you'd be like, Tyler Perry, like, what are you talking about? You wouldn't know what the fuck.
Because he had shit trending. Yeah, he had shit trending. Then you would see like, oh, Atlanta. I'm like, hold on, what the fuck? What did I miss?
Yeah.
So it
definitely. The thing I appreciate about Donald Glover and the show Atlanta so much was that it's the complete opposite of what you would describe 2022 as. Like and the last like 5-6 years or so. Okay. Like now we're in such a lazy McDonald's era, like just put shit in front of you to consume.
It's a microwave era, bro.
He made you think and pay attention. We got back to a time where I need to do some research on this. Like, what does this mean? I need to go back and listen to what he said, why he said it like that. Like, made you read people's faces, the way they dress. Like, it was just a thought-provoking experience. Like, it wasn't like a show. It was like, damn, I'm on a journey.
It's funny because I was talking to my uncle the other day. Yeah. Because I went and watched Black Panther. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. It's cool, but I feel like with shows like that, after you see the thought behind it, the writing, the screenplay, you see everything else. Everything is lackluster. Exactly. It's like, bro, you're not putting, because like you said, it's a microwave era. It's just, make it hot for now. Cool. It's like nobody put the thought in, like nobody put a thought behind certain things. They just put it out and like, all right, cool, it's gonna do this immediately, and it is what it is after that. Yeah. So that's how I feel like everything else has been. It's like, but that he took his time and said, yo, let me think of it well thought out. Like when you go back and watch, like when we watched Snowfall last season, it was more like, I remember you said this because you was like, okay, now they're trying to be like Power.
Facts, yeah.
And so like when you had initially like a show like Snowfall where it made you think a little bit, it had the writing was down to the T, and it really
slow development of like
everything doesn't have to happen immediately. Like you're not gonna be broke today and be a millionaire tomorrow.
I don't need you to hit me with all these dramatic instances of violence or backstabbing, like. And that's the thing, like I understand it, but it's crazy like when you can see it, because it's like, damn, people are just watching so they can see the big moment. It's kind of like just a reflection of like what goes on. You're not listening to an album to listen to it. You're listening to hear the diss, or you're listening to catch the headline. Who's he talking about?
It's like whatever single that drops, and you don't fuck the album. Like, let's just drop a single. All right, exactly. Cool. We're good. So like that part is like that was, he really put time behind it. Where like we're not just watching this. This not gonna be single for single. This gonna be an album. Exactly. This is a whole album that I put together. This is a whole movie I put together, and it's gonna make you sit here for however long it is and really watch. And now you gotta pay attention.
Facts, yeah.
You watch shows. You fuck around. You'll be watching a show. You'll try to get into a show that has 10 episodes for a season. Mm-hmm. By episode 3, you over here on your phone like, oh shit, what the fuck? Fact, and you watch that link, bro. I remember we was over here and we all sat here and watched the episode. We were like, and we all sat here was like,
man, Atlanta's so great. I can literally watch that from start to finish every year of my life. Like with a group, I want to go back and have like watch parties. Because I remember folks was hating on season 3, and I was like, this is my favorite season thus far. Bro. And then season 4 came. I'm like, how the fuck can this get any better? This is ridiculous.
Bro, I was mad that season 4 was ending. I was like, fuck. I was like, yo, y'all don't want to put like 1.5 more joints out? We literally had a watch party for that first, was it the first episode?
Yeah, the first episode of season 3. And I was like, bro, this is phenomenal. And I don't care that they don't got nobody in it, because it was just good. It's like a movie.
It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to have that. And that's the problem. That's like when rappers go out there for that big feature. Yeah, they lean on. Like, yo, I'm going to get this big producer, I'm going to get this big feature, and it's going to be a hit. That should be lackluster. Nah, bro. Get some like grit to it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's very few of these type of creators we have left, and we really got to appreciate it, man. Because now, I don't know when things became so focused on numbers and less about the art and appreciation, like taking your time and really building a brand, a legacy, or something that can stand the test of time.
Streaming.
But yeah, we gotta appreciate. I definitely appreciate Donald more than ever, because that was just. I thought it was a flawless, damn near flawless masterpiece of a show. And I'm just glad we got to a point where it never fell off. It only got better. It stopped before it got. You know what I mean?
Yeah, before it just got to that point where you're like, I cut that shit off.